Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of our 1.16 modded zoo. And today we're back to do a brand new exhibit for the crocodiles from Alex's mobs, which I chose mostly at random. I just thought they'd be a cool thing to do, and I haven't built a crocodile exhibit in a very long time, so I felt like it could be pretty fun to get something cool going out here. But before we get into any building, I should show off some of the stuff I did in between this video and the last one. Basically, we got a bathroom built, a bit more of that wall set up, we got more pathways put in. I built this little like flower area. I probably should throw a tree in there at some point. I haven't yet, but that's looking pretty good. We got the pathway heading over this direction. And well, this like archway here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the arch. It was kind of an idea basically just to separate what is probably gonna be our tropical zone from the, I'm not sure what the zone is. I feel like it's gonna be somewhat like subtropical or kind of like swampish, because I'm thinking we're gonna have the crocodiles over here. We might have the snapping turtles somewhere over here, and the hippos from Untamed Wilds somewhere over there. And I know a lot of people have been suggesting various animal mods I should add. I haven't gone through those all yet or added anything to the pack yet, but there were a lot of really cool suggestions, and I'm certainly going to look into adding one or two of those mods in so we can get a few more animals going. But anyway, before we get into the build itself, thank you for all the support on the last episode. That was really cool. If you guys want to keep supporting the series, why not drop a like? And if you're interested in staying up to date with what we're doing, why not subscribe so you're kept up to date with all the new videos we're putting out. But anyway, let's see what we want to do here. So for the crocodiles, I do want to do kind of two very classic kind of crocodile exhibit kind of things. One would be the area, I mean, I don't know if there's a specific name for it. I'm sure there is, maybe like a feeding platform or something. But basically the area where a zookeeper would stand and like chuck, you know, bits of like steak, well not steak probably, but you know, bits of cow or pig or chickens over into the crocodile exhibit. So I feel like since we got like this nice flat-ish area kind of thing, right? We got this nice little area over here. We might put the platform right here because that'll also be fairly good, although that being right next to the path might not be a great idea. I kind of feel like, or maybe it is a good idea, but maybe what we should do instead is, well, let's get the lime terracotta out for our viewing area. Actually, let's use gray for marking that out, and then a bit of the green, or maybe we'll use this one for the underwater viewing area, and then we've got the fences here, and we'll use these spruce palisades to mark out the actual like exhibit walls. But what might work here actually would be, I actually really like this idea. Putting some sort of like thing here, you know, like where possibly like we put some plants, and I mean we don't have a statue for the crocodile, but like it'd be kind of cool to have something like right here, some sort of decorative piece, and we can just fill that in like that. And then from there, we might have like a fence going out a few blocks. And let's use this for our fence poles right now. Something like this, doorway. Okay, so then we've got like a way into the exhibit. And maybe we use these for the, I was just gonna use these for, what is it, the actual like walls around the enclosure, and I think, actually no, I think I still will. I was just gonna say, maybe we could use these for the actual viewing area. I don't know if I want a viewing area right here. I think that might be a bit too, and especially if we're gonna have to throw the hippos over there, so that might not be a great area. But what we can do here as well is kind of the same thing, so drag it out a little bit, and then we can throw in another thing there, and then we'll just use, I guess, these right now for the, should we have a different color? Let's use the spruce ones for the fence, since I was gonna use the other ones for the, what is it called? The feeding area, yep, okay. So we got like a nice viewing area over here, so that way we got a nice look into what will be the main enclosure. Do we actually have gates? Will those work with those walls? I hope they will, because that'd be really nice. They should actually connect. Yes, they do, that is lovely. So I might just actually kind of like do this real quick to denote that this is the like the Zookeeper Gate kind of thing. All right, and throw in that there. So we got a nice viewing area. And then since we've kind of got like this, what we might do is kind of bring in this kind of curved section here to like like this, and this could be the start of the underwater viewing area. We can actually have probably part of the exhibit go over this and make like a really cool underwater tunnel. So we can bring that along here. And maybe that means we should move the hippos as well. So maybe we should make this a bit wider. So what I'm thinking now is like this. What we could do is have a two-sided underwater viewing area. So on one side over here, we've got the crocodiles, and then on this side, we could have the hippos. That might work pretty well, but who knows? We'll have to see later. Yeah, I like that. And then maybe we add in just a bit more palisade over here, just to kind of break it up a little bit, you know, kind of keep and throw, yeah, I mean, then we could throw like some bamboo or some trees or something over here, kind of add a bit more foliage in, and then like that. And then we'll want at least one more viewing area right back here, just to kind of give us another look into the enclosure. And then we'll do like this. And then I'm thinking what we might actually do is, let's not take gravel, that would be a poor choice. I think what we'll take some stone here and just kind of bring this along. And that might be a bit too wide, I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. So maybe we'll want to move the this around a little bit, but we'll see. So we've got like a rather nice looking exhibit. Most of this will probably be water, I think. And maybe another viewing area over here. Just thinking out loud here. We could do is like something like this, where this could just be like a little glass thing, just like in between the bushes or something like that. I feel like that could work quite well. Just something like this. I mean, I'll probably switch that for glass panes, but I think that could be an interesting little idea. Just something to add a bit of difference around the exhibit, but I think this is starting to look pretty good. So what we probably want to do now is start just kind of digging out our lake a bit. So let's just set, oh wait, not sand, getting a bit ahead of myself there. All right, so just kind of going around here like that. Let's see. I'll probably need to do a lot more of this. All right, and I think if we just kind of drag this to there. Oh wait, no, ooh, that might not be great. Okay, well, you know what? We can smooth it out later. We'll smooth it in post. That's, as they often say in the building industry, we'll smooth it in post-production. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Okay, so, got a basic idea here now. I am really not sure how, by the way, for those of you watching, I probably am jumping around a bit, but if the video's jumping around a bit, it's probably because what I just did was incredibly boring, so I've decided to edit it out for you guys so you don't watch like 62 hours of me building a crocodile enclosure. So I should probably explain. So I've got my chest over there. Just in case, well, yeah, because I'm probably gonna cut a fair amount of that out. Anyway, I'm thinking we're gonna switch the stone out for the sandstone because that might look better. Although I want to use the sandstone for like the barrier of the pool. So it may, actually, you know, it probably is gonna be better just to use regular old stone to build up this rock wall over here. The question is, how much of the rock wall is gonna go where? That really, that Watson is the question. To rock wall or not to rock wall? I know that's Hamlet, not Shakespeare, but not Shakespeare, not Sherlock Holmes. Man, you'd think after so many years of speaking this one language, I would have like actually learned how to use it, but no, English is like a, oh my goodness, like how, I don't know how anyone learns this language. It's like a second language. It's insane. So props to you if you've learned English as a second language. I have immense respect for you because this language is terribly difficult to use. But yeah, let's keep kind of going. So we obviously, since we're dealing with what is, you know, in real life, quite a dangerous animal, you know, believe it or not. Crocodiles don't, especially since I'm going to assume this mod, given the size of the ones in the mod, they're meant to kind of be like saltwater crocs, right? And generally, saltwater crocodiles do not make excellent pets. I don't know if many people know that, but generally, you don't want a saltwater crocodile as a pet. They tend to be very aggressive and kind of dangerous. So we want to keep this kind of raised here. I just don't know. Well, basically, I'm not sure if I'm gonna lower it down another block or if we're gonna keep it here. I think we might leave it there. That should be okay. Plus, it's a fence, so they can't escape that way. We just need to make sure we kind of block off this rock wall. Make sure they can't get out that way either. And then we should probably put another like rock feature type thing up here. And that can kind of coincide with the entrance to the underwater viewing area we've got going now. So that should work pretty well. And obviously, I mean, it's a rock wall, so who doesn't love those? But I think that'll be good because it also kind of just make it so we don't have to build, you know, wooden fences absolutely everywhere. And it adds interest to the build, which is always a good thing. All right, let's see just kind of where we're at with this. Get something kind of decent going. I want this rock to have a lot of verticality to it. So it's kind of like a cool little centerpiece to the build almost. Something that kind of catches your eye. I like that actually. That's kind of cool looking. Oh, we could put like a tree up there or something. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, and let's bring like just a little bit more of the rocks over the top of this. We can obviously we'll smooth it out later with some like, I was gonna say andesite, no, but with slabs and stairs, we'll kind of make this a little bit better. Yeah, and then we can obviously add in more rocks around the back to make it look nicer. But there we go, and let's kind of start smoothing out a bit more of this. We definitely want land on this build, but I want the majority of this to be the pool because, well, I think that'll just look cooler. And that's a bit more emblematic of like a lot of the crocodile exhibits I'm taking inspiration from. Most of them are just a really big pool with, I mean, they've got areas where the shore is a bit larger, but the majority of it is like underwater because that makes sense. Oh, we forgot to throw in the feeding area. I'm trying to think where that would work really well. Actually, well, let's see. So if we throw it in, say, over here, right? That's a bit far away from the pool. Maybe that's what this will be. Like we could bring, because I want the, well, you probably would want it close to the guests, wouldn't you? So maybe what we do here is instead, we'll bring in this, although that might be a bit too close to the pathway. You know what, I'll figure it out in a minute. But yeah, we want to start just kind of breaking this down and start like getting the sandstone going. Okay, I think that's looking all right. So, I'm trying to see here. So we got this like nice line going now. So I'm trying to basically debate right now. Do I want the whole thing to be sandstone? And also, this wasn't going to be the shoreline, but should this be the shoreline? I think we need to move this out more then if this is the shoreline. Because this might not be enough land. I'll have to see. Oh, that looks really funny. Okay, so maybe we should use the regular logs there. Anyway, let's see what we want to do here. I guess, well, let's see, where's the regular sandstone? So this is probably going to be the main kind of block we use for the majority of the interior of the pool. And let me just think about this real quick. Why should I do that when this, let's just do / set sand _ stone. All right, well, let's see what we got. Oh, it's just a single word. All right, there we go. It's funny, like I swear all the tags changed in 1.16 for World Edit, so it's kind of funny like having to, in a way, like relearn all the commands so that way I can actually use them and save me a bit of time on my projects. All right, but yeah, doing stuff like this, just kind of getting it going around. And actually, I mean, I could have just used a command to vary the texture, but maybe I'll throw that on in the end when everything, you know what, actually, that would be an even smarter idea right there. I mean, I know it won't get all the grass, but, or the, well, I mean, a lot of that, what the heck? That should, 0 blocks replaced. Grass block. Ah, there we go. Again, everything changed, and now I don't know how to use world edit anymore, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, anyway, we can just kind of go along like this, go up to say here, and there we go. Most of that'll get replaced, and then we can just probably do that all with dirt. So we'll go like here to probably, and then just dig a little pit down there. Set that, and then replace dirt, sandstone. Okay, and I guess we have to dig down another block. So we'll just do that, and bada bing, bada boom. There we go. That is basically the whole interior of the pool there, which is lovely jubbly. That should actually just be stone, shouldn't it? Yep, probably. And we gotta figure out how we are going to do this. Yeah, how we're gonna fill this, because it's kind of important, isn't it? Well, maybe, you know what, actually, before we decide to fill anything, let's get some slabs going around here just to kind of add in a bit more smoothness to this, and we need some stairs as well. So let's get like that, and already like this is gonna look pretty fantastic. I do think so myself. Just kind of creating a bit more of a smooth texture for this. I wonder if this is gonna make the animals react weirdly though. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. It's like, you know, like they'll have difficulty pathing with some of this, but it'll look really cool. And frankly, that's all we really need for this. Just need something that looks really good. Okay, so I do need to make sure I'm mixing it up a bit. I don't think we're gonna throw in too much like other colors. I do kind of want to keep it to the same palette. Let's just look up slabs real quick and see if we can find anything else that's, and stone's a bit too different. Ooh, orange sandstone slab. That might actually be a close enough color. Well, because I have this orange sand as well, so that might just, well, let's see. Okay, yeah, I like that. I think that'll work too, just to kind of give it a bit of a different color overall. And we'll get some stairs going as well if we can. Yep, okay. And there we go. And yeah, that'll give us a nice little bit of color to this build. Yeah, that's looking a lot better already. And then we can, we'll obviously start throwing in some sand and getting all of that in as well. But we'll just kind of like throw some various just bits and pieces around. Just trying to cool looking thing. I do want it a bit more kind of more of a shallow kind of what is that called? I'm trying to think what is the word I am thinking of. Well, I just want to make like the water kind of more shallow over here so that it doesn't just immediately drop off into like this deeper water, because hopefully that'll kind of look a bit better, and then we can throw like that there. And yeah, I mean, that's already looking way nicer, giving it a lot more shape and interest and all that. Is that andesite? I must have put a bit of andesite in by accident. Or that's stone. That might actually just be stone, but with a slightly different texture. kind of cool if that is. Let's kind of bring in a bit more like that, and yeah, we're kind of, yeah, okay, that's actually, that's gonna look super cool. Okay, so I think this will be the kind of the baseline for it, but we'll also just kind of throw in some of this as well, just around where the grass is gonna go, which we'll probably also switch out for some, although I guess since this is kind of probably meant to be a bit more manicured, it might be better to do that. We'll see. But yeah, this is looking really, really good. So let me just keep going. We gotta get, there's a lot of this to do, isn't there? All right, now that the water's in, it's looking pretty good. We just need to get some stuff in here. It's a shame that the glass isn't quite working. We should probably just get rid of this for now. Well, not the glass, but the overhanging water, and we'll deal with that later when I feel like it. Oh, that's gonna need to be sand, isn't it? Probably. So I guess before we start throwing plants in, maybe we should do the shoreline and stuff. So I know I was originally just gonna have it be pure sand, but I'm not sure if that will work. Okay, so we're gonna need to switch out some of this for sand, obviously. Then we don't want every block to be sand. We just want a few kind of sporadic ones that we can chuck some plants on to give it a bit more of a fun, interesting look and make it look a bit less barren out here, because having a really barren lake with absolutely no life in it isn't really all that interesting to look at. But there, that looks pretty good. And if we just kind of continue that along, going all the way around here, that should work for the most part, hopefully, as intended. But yeah, there we go. And that adds in a bit of different texture. But yeah, let's just throw in some of these around, give it a bit more plant coverage. Okay, so these are, okay, so they act like the sugar cane where you can't place them away from the water. I wasn't sure if that had changed since the last time I played Biomes Aplenty, which was in 1.12. So, you know, better just to make sure than to assume, you know, if we can get a little bit more out of the plants, why not? But let's do that. We don't need to place that much string. Okay, and then we'll do like a 3 tall one up here. Just kind of want to get a little bit of height variation going along, so that way we can get some pretty interesting little plants going here. I might do this one as a 4 tall since we've kind of got that whole area kind of sectioned off, and then do 2, 3. Just kind of give it a little bit of height variation. And we'll do like this. We don't want too many super tall ones. We do really want some of these short ones. And I think if I, oh, it's not that. I saw dune grass might look really good. I feel like there's some plant I have that I saw I had access to that looked really good, and I just want to see if I can find it. Oh, we do have Amazon sword and common reed. So we might want to use both of those, just looking at them. But, you know, I was fairly sure I saw some sort of really nice looking bush kind of like plant, so that's a bit sad we can't find that. But you know what, whatever, you know, move on. And just keep building some stuff. Okay, that one should be pretty good there, just kind of, and that's actually, oh, this actually already looks really good. Pretty happy with how this is turning out. And we'll just kind of quickly throw some of these down now, so I don't have to kind of keep going back and forth. Among all these reeds, or cattails here, we can probably make them a bit taller since we already have some pretty tall plants. And we'll make those 2 a bit smaller. 2 tall, 1 there, and do like that. And I forgot, I need to put a string there, and that's, again, like that's actually looking way nicer already. So let's see if, we probably don't want the, well, maybe the dune grass will work, but we got some seagrass, some lily pads, and I'll try out both of these. And I believe I can just bone meal down there and stuff should start appearing, but all right. Okay, so that works down there. Do have these. Those are okay. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should get some kelp. I know, kelp, you know, not really a freshwater plant, but it should add some good interest to the build, which, to be frank, is, you know, what we're here for, making our builds look interesting. Okay, that is perfect, and that we can throw on like most of the sand that didn't get cattails or anything else on it, just so that way we have a bit more plant life on the beach itself, which is important because you know, we want it to look like there's a variety of plants here. We're still going for a somewhat tropical vibe, so we want to be slightly overgrown. Not too overgrown, but mostly overgrown, which I guess would be slightly overgrown. You know what? Let's not worry about how to use the language that I'm trying to speak, because I'll be here all day failing for the most part. Oh, but that's perfect. Honestly, I love having all this water stuff. I honestly cannot wait till we have a bunch of, well, actually, we probably have enough already that I could do a proper aquarium. I'm not going to do one yet because we just finished an aquarium. By the way, if you haven't seen that series, we built a massive aquarium in 1.12 using several mods. Go check that out. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool build overall. Very happy with it. But yeah, I so wish that we'd had some of this stuff here for that. I might be going a bit overboard with the plants, but again, tropics, muddy river kind of thing. And if you see like pictures, ooh, okay, maybe it's a bit heavy over there, but I definitely do think I need to avoid using quite as much on these upper levels here, just cause, yeah, and then we'll go back and break some of these just to kind of clear it up a little bit over there. But that's already looking fantastic. And let's see if it'll work somewhat. I mean, yeah, that's the problem there, is that how the reflectivity with the shader works. We're not getting a very good thing there. So maybe we'll see if we can put that down a little bit farther and if that'll fix anything. But I should probably think about throwing some lily pads and logs in as well. Let's see if we can get at least a little bit of the ground texture going. So I want to do a bit like this. So this is kind of a way to do some more muddy kind of earth stuff. So using this terracotta, and we can probably blend a little bit of it in there as well. And we probably need to get some slabs in here as well, just to kind of try and blend the two angles together. But yeah, like that's starting to look really cool. So let's keep going with this. I probably don't want to go too overboard with it. Try and limit myself a little, but okay. All right, so let's start just detailing out the rock walls here. We gotta, I almost forgot to actually get the mossy cobblestone, but it's a good thing I remembered because we're definitely gonna want to make use of it, especially here, since this will, or maybe not will, but should hopefully kind of help to sell that more humid environment we're trying to get here. The more tropical, jungly kind of look. That actually looks spectacular, like there. Maybe, well, I like that, but maybe instead, I guess we should do like that. We'll see. We're just gonna kind of mess around here and just kind of see. I mean, the bigger issue we gotta worry about is just making sure they can't climb out at any point, because that will prove to be quite annoying if our crocodiles just, you know, right off the bat just start climbing out of the enclosure. You know, that's not usually something you hear like in the escaped animals list from like a zoo. You know, like maybe like a bear. A bear seems like a fairly reasonable animal that might escape, right? A bear, or maybe like maybe a lion, right? You know, they're pretty smart. But a crocodile, you know, that's typically not an animal you would associate with, you know, mastermind of escaping an exhibit. No. You typically don't think gators or crocs. You think big impressive animals with big brains, not an incredibly slow reptile that, well, that being said, you know, they can actually be pretty quick on land. They just don't typically choose to be quick on land, much like me. Maybe I'm a crocodile. I'm sure some people would probably refer to me as that. I mean, as an old crocodile. But let's just kind of like, ooh, that's See, this is what I love about the newer updates. Like, you get to do stuff like this. Like, you just gotta make such nice builds. Oh, it's amazing. Really don't know how how I managed to go back and play 1.12 sometimes. Really don't. I mean, well, of course I do, and I will continue to, because that's where most of my content is currently, but you know what? The few times we do get to have a little foray into the newer versions, it's always a blast. Just to kind of see what we can really do now. Like, it always blows my mind, just the sheer amount of stuff you can do in the game now. It's pretty cool. But I think the build overall is really just starting to come together. Part of me thinks maybe some shades over the the viewing areas might be a good idea. But we'll see. I have to figure out what plants we want to do here. We also gotta figure out kind of how to incorporate this better, because I don't like that. So maybe we do like this, and then we can bring like a bit of stone out on either end, and just kind of do like this, maybe? And then bring in like, whoops, I meant to bring in like, maybe we'll make this andesite then, and then we can make that a cobblestone stair. Yeah, stuff like that, and just kind of make it fit into the overall build a bit better. Okay, yeah, that's already looking a little bit nicer. And then bring in some slabs there. Stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty baller. I don't know if we want to throw any proper rocks down in the pool itself. I don't really think I do. I think we're gonna kind of try and save that more for, let's do like this. And we can do like a cobblestone one there, cobblestone one there, cobblestone stair, stone stair, stone stair, stone stair, or not stone stair, cobble stair, stone stair, slab, like that. Like that. Yeah, just trying to make little irregular patterns going throughout the whole thing. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Okay. Yeah, that's already starting to look a lot better. But yeah, so that shouldn't take too much longer. But I'm trying to think here, what plants do we want to use? I might actually just go steal from the Capuchin exhibit in a second and just kind of take some of the nicer looking plants we had in there, because that does kind of keep this within that jungle theme without kind of having to put without having to build the exact same exhibit, basically, right? Hypothetically. And then we'll want more of the mossy stuff right around here. I should probably mix it in a bit more with some cobble, just so that way it's a bit more of a natural transition between the two. Yeah, and then use more of the andesite just to break up the regular stone. All right. And like cobble stuff here. And some andesite. All right, okay. That's pretty good. This is a bit weird, so maybe we'll just kind of do something like that. Yeah, okay, that's better. All right, and then we can just kind of come around under here and do some stuff like that, and like that. Okay, yeah, looking pretty good. Okay, we got plants now, so let's just start placing some stuff down. We've got, I probably don't want to use too much of this. I think it's kind of nice to throw a bit more of that kind of yellowish golden tone we have in like the lake part around here, but I do kind of want to just stick to getting some slightly more green colors in here. And what is it? Not that, the hydrangea. There we go. Let's get some of this going here. We don't want too much of it up by the fence, probably. that's probably not where it would be. And we actually do want some more flat open areas, especially over here, because this is probably, you know, where where I would think at least, you know, they'll probably be, the crocodiles would be sunning themselves to warm up. So we don't want to overdo it over there, and we kind of want to, well, on one hand, I both want to cover up the staff gate and don't want to cover it up, because on one hand, if we cover it up, I don't know, I feel like that kind of looks a little bit better because it's a bit more hidden. But if you cover it up too much, I don't know, it's not going to be as good. Let's just do that. And we got some tall grass around here. Just kind of do that, and then we can throw 2 hydrangeas there. And oh, whoops, that's not even grass. Okay, there we go. And we can throw another one there, just add a bit more color in the background. Looking wonderful. And maybe we'll change out 1 or 2 of these for the lilacs, just to get slight differences of color in there. And where, oh, I guess we need to get it back. No, we want the large fern. There we go. And the grass, just to kind of get a bit more of a uniform ground cover going. What do we want to do here? Maybe a bit of taller grass, just sprinkled about carefully, and we'll get some more lilacs going in just to get that extra splash of color to make it look, you know, somewhat pretty and a bit less drab, because I mean, I think that's the problem with this sometimes, is it can look a bit drab if you just have green, gray, and brown. It's like when I'm painting my little like Warhammer models. And we'll use a bit of this. A problem I've just realized this exhibit's now facing is that I haven't actually put anywhere for there to be a tree, which is somewhat iffy. I'm not sure. Well, it's now making me wonder, do I think this exhibit needs a tree? And I think the answer to that's probably yes, it does. Oh, that's actually really pretty though. Oh, this is really, really nice looking. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Well, we have these, right? I kind of feel like going for the acacia actually might look really good. And that's a bit too close to there. I'm trying to see where would be probably like here might be a good tree location. All right, and just placing these last few leaves down, do like that. And actually, we probably need to kind of come through here a bit more and just kind of draw. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then we can just throw in an extra leaf or 2 to create a bit more height there. And that actually already looks way better. Yeah, okay, so that added in a little bit of extra height we needed for that. And I'm trying to think here, what else we need? Oh, well, I've got, we have a bunch of flowers and stuff we can probably throw in here. I might actually even just, tell you what, let's just like, da 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 ba ba da ba da. More plants all over the place. There we go. And we'll probably even do this. Oh, oops, I already have a grass block. What we'll probably do is get ourselves some smooth stone slabs, bring a border along like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada da da. Just to kind of make that a bit more uniform. And there we go, that's actually looking pretty good. And we'll just bone meal all of that real quick. And that is pretty amazing. So I know we still have the underwater area to do, but I think I am going to make this second area over here part of the Hippo exhibit. So what I'm thinking is I'll save this for next time, because I mean, this exhibit's already taken a really long time to build and I don't really have time to make that today. So yeah, next time if you guys want to see the hippos, yeah, we'll get this aquatic tunnel going. But let's get our crocodiles spawned in. I don't know how many, they're quite large, so we might not spawn all that many. But let's spawn like one right there, one over here, and 3. Is 3 enough? let's take a look. Oh, that actually looks fantastic. Oh, they look so cool swimming under the water. I might need to remove a few of the lily pads. I may have thrown a few too many in. You know, okay, I know this might be a bit overcrowding, but I also know, generally at least, when I've seen crocodile exhibits, there tend to be a lot of them in rather small areas, and I think it's just because I don't really mind as much. But yeah, if we can throw 5 in there, I think that's probably okay. And yeah, let's just go into like screenshot mode real quick and take a look at everything. Obviously, I didn't get the pathway in yet, but these flowers make it look pretty good. I might throw a few more leaves in or something, maybe even a tree over on this side, but oh, even that just looks fantastic. Just seeing them swim around. Oh, I really like this. And then we got our staff path over there, and let's take a look. Oh wow, that's somewhat terrifying. The stained glass, obviously, it doesn't give us the reflections, but it does, you know, it gives us somewhat of a view, and I actually kind of like the more murky effect it has. I think that's pretty cool. Let's take a look underwater. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's, there we go. That's what I meant to do. Pufferfish, silverfish, blobfish. Is there just like a, you know what? Let's just get like cod. There we go. And just get a couple of these guys in here. I feel like that might look a bit better, because typically exhibits like this have like fish or something in them. There we go, okay. And if we go in here now, none of the crocodiles are actually in the water. Of course, naturally, as soon as I try and do something else, they all disappear. That looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Might make a pretty good screenshot. Well, anyway, I think that's really all we have for today, so thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know what animal you guys would like to see next and what you think of this exhibit overall, and until next time, guys, see ya.